As you can imagine, there was a lot of speculation after the BRICS nations announced earlier today that they would be developing an instant settlement platform that would use cryptocurrency to move money around the globe. Some people claimed this meant XRP was dead, which meant it had completely failed, while others said otherwise. This indicates that the British countries are adopting XRP as their platform for rapid settlement. We will discuss this in detail in this video. This is what you should know. In addition to discussing what is actually being developed and the key insights you should have to comprehend the current developments in this announcement, I also want to discuss the tremendous liquidation that took place earlier today, during which I witnessed the price of cryptocurrencies plummet. In this video, I want to show you some charts that will show you whether or not the thesis is still applicable, whether or not we have caused significant, long-term harm to the chart, and whether or not this was only a brief decline before much higher prices. You're helping me so much, as usual. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to and liked the videos on our channel. The channel is incredibly helpful to me as well. After a little introduction, let's get started. A brief statement from the video sponsor. As a result, I want to begin this video with a brief but very exciting announcement. The EVM side chain is absolutely exploding. Earlier today, one of the lead developers working on the side chain announced that over 100,000 developers are currently looking to build on it, and over 5,000 contracts are in beta. This is quite thrilling since it fills a gap that the XRP ledger has had for a very long time. Developers, when the XRP ledger was the greatest blockchain for payments when it was originally developed, but you can only pay in so many different ways, isn't that right? You can get it from me. We can transfer money to another person from point A to point B, and the payments themselves were quite creative. With the way the money was moving, not many different approaches exist for developing applications, and the largest one is used by Ripple, which uses XRP to transfer money. The use case for payments is evident everywhere in the world, but outside of that, creating novel and interesting things is really difficult without smart contracts. As for DeFi, it appears that the EVM side chain will be the ideal connection to base DeFi on. These days, the XRP ledger is so crucial that we shouldn't undervalue. Even how absurd is this? 100,000 developers? And 1,000 smart contracts indicate that something tremendously successful occurred here. Their success stems from their refusal to strive to create a wheel. Since the majority of developers currently choose to code in an EVM environment, there's no need to create new standards for creating smart contracts. The project's creators decided to utilize the speed and efficiency of the XRP ledger by using standards that most developers are already familiar with. This way, everyone developing applications could benefit from the platform. You may simply say, "Hey, let me build that same application on Ethereum." It was very brilliant, in my opinion, since instead of expecting all these developers to restart, they were supposed to learn a new language for the project I was working on faster and more efficiently, and start over. They can take what they currently know and apply it to the XRP ledger, a production-grade blockchain that won't require 15-minute settlement periods or a $100 charge to transfer value from point A to point B. Was utterly brilliant, and based on preliminary data, it appears that this will be a huge hit. I can't wait to watch how this plays out. As the number of applications increased, I wanted to share this with you because it was a huge success and extremely exciting for the future of the EVM side. The more protocols and things we have on the XRP ledger to utilize, the more people who are going to come into this ecosystem and the more people who are going to buy XRP to participate. Chain. But I want to talk and move on. I witnessed nearly every viewpoint regarding the primary subject matter, which is BRICS building their own cryptocurrency network to transfer wealth globally. There were claims on Twitter early today that this meant XRP was dead. Some are claiming that this indicates XRP is involved. I would like to share my thoughts with you, but first things first. It is crucial to realize that the British nations will not develop a decentralized open-source protocol. Rather, they will want control over it, just as the US currently controls the current settlement system. The Swift Brits will also want control over the system they are implementing, and the majority of other nations that are not part of Britain will not trust this system in any case. Why? Since the British nations will now undoubtedly be in charge of it, this, in my opinion, makes it quite clear that it won't function on the XRP ledger. As the XRP ledger is now an open-source decentralized technology, building a system on it would not make sense for countries that wish to maintain control over the system. It's so much more logical. Why would they need to construct their own independent system and connect the XRP ledger to it? From this announcement, it is evident that the world is becoming more divided and that each country desires its own system, wants to be able to use these value system protocols without needing to rely on other countries, and they want to create their own independent currency. What is the XRP? Leonard is in a great position to connect all of these diverse countries. All things considered, one of the bearish scenarios for XRP was if everyone opted to simply accept that SWIFT has been the cause of the problem and that we will continue to use it because we can. It's not that big of a deal. We don't care that they froze. Trust the US currency. All of our assets at that time will only be denominated in US dollars and continue to operate inside this one centralized system because, well, we can all agree that that was a negative scenario for XRP in the end. As BRICS construct their own settlement structure, other countries are leaving BRICS behind while yet others join them, dividing the mistrust and uncertainty. The world is what will make XRP so important in the future. When nations begin to separate from one another and construct their own, akin to BRICS, the more impartial, decentralized settlement assets we will require will become necessary. Amidst all the systems, XRP was consistently positioned for this world, a world where many nations were establishing their own systems because, despite their lack of mutual trust, governments still refused to cooperate. They will still need to and must continue to engage with one another in systems that are out of everyone's control, which is where XRP is ideally positioned. Therefore, do I believe this? In no way does a new system being constructed out of BRICS pose a threat to XRP. It strengthens the value of XRP, in my opinion, but I also believe that it was built upon XRP ledger, most likely not, as they don't really see the logic in it. They will need a centralized system to accomplish that. Anything they can influence, but the most crucial element, which, in my opinion, most people overlook, is what ultimately creates value. We at Ripple have had a vision for an interconnected internet of value that connects value networks with a free-flowing digital asset in the middle. That is what XRP is and what it was positioned to be from the beginning, a future with decentralized, neutral liquid settlement assets. Regarding liquidity, XRP is positioned in these various centralized countries that won't use the XRP ledger to create their own internal financial software or settlement systems. However, the more centralized closed-source technology you have, the more of it you'll need. The place where XRP is positioned, which is always where it should be positioned, is where neutral, decentralized liquid protocols connect them all together. This is the world we live in. Now that I've further validated that concept, people, let me wrap up this video. I just wanted to quickly bring this to your attention, as I saw a lot of people acting a little strange earlier. Regarding the recent decline in the cryptocurrency market, Caleb is a person I greatly like. He has made some truly remarkable calls and stated that the situation was a hoax. Shakeout, I'm more optimistic than ever, and I wholeheartedly concur that what we witnessed was enormous. Wicks on every exchange, this seemed like a grade to me. A trick Wicks is not typically seen for this long unless institutions are attempting to purchase these assets for extremely low prices, as we observed. In my opinion, institutions are accumulating more by utilizing leverage against retail. With Bitcoin, these organizations can view all of your orders, as well as the locations of your leverage and liquidity. As this bull market continues, what we are witnessing is that institutions are buying up Wicks at a more rapid pace to amass these cryptocurrencies at extremely low costs. This indicates that institutions are making a significant investment in this asset class, and I don't think this trend will end anytime soon. We're only getting started. I recently witnessed the first cryptocurrency, the ETF, and I believe there will be many more as more of these assets are incorporated into the established financial system. Having said that, let's quickly examine the XRP price chart to determine whether the earlier day liquidation caused any harm. What you will observe won't surprise you in the slightest. What we witnessed was XRP perfectly remained inside this symmetrical triangle design. It was somewhat dismissed off this upper resistance level, but it appears that we will be making a pushback, like I mentioned earlier, very shortly. Institutions are chowing down on these dips. Institutions are aware of XRP's strength. Understand how XRP is being applied to the guys. The liquidation we witnessed had no lasting significance. The XRP price chart shows that we are still bouncing around in this symmetrical triangle. We are just patiently waiting for something to happen that will allow us to break out of the top of this thing. For it to happen, what we witnessed made this very obvious earlier today, and it was nothing short of predictable. Channel until XRP actually begins to its not cracked in a divine candle upward. The crucial thing to remember is that nothing we witnessed earlier today invalidates anything, even though it's still trying to push against this opposition. I feel like we're going to be battling back against this while we're still waiting for the breakout. Resistance will likely arise much sooner rather than later as institutions take advantage of the retail liquidations and repossess their assets. These institutions are not interested in making a quick flip or trade. Rather, they want to accumulate this asset class over the long term because they recognize that it is the financial system of the future. Thank you so much for attending, guys. It would mean so much if you could take a moment to like and subscribe to this update, which I hope you found enjoyable.